Being from a town in northern British Columbia, Canada, wrestling shows are few and far between where I live. When we heard that an independent wrestling show called ECCW was coming to town, my three buddies and I were pretty excited. Pair that with the fact that Doink the Clown was being advertised. We jumped at the chance to get tickets. Fast forward to the night of the show. Now, I still have my doubts about whether this was the real Doink or not, but that was never confirmed. At intermission, I happily paid my $5 to get in the ring and get a Polaroid with the former WWF superstar. When it was my turn, me and my three buddies all jumped into the ring and surrounded Doink for our photo. Doink didn't appear too happy and muttered something about $5 each, but they snapped the picture anyways. When we got back to our seats, we looked at the now-developed Polaroid, and to our surprise, we saw that Doink had given the finger to the camera. In addition, you could clearly see the outline of his penis through his tights.
That was the kicker for me in this call, was the outline of his penis through his tights. Because that's a thing in wrestling, and I don't know if we need to talk about it more, but don't think that we don't know it's not there. I know it's there. I know it's there on other wrestlers. For some reason, other wrestlers think it's acceptable for some reason. Don't get Trent started on this subject. A lot of this story really summed up independent wrestling for me. I heard it all, especially the difference between super, super smart wrestling fans and just really casual wrestling fans, or wrestling fans who at a certain time really didn't know the scene, and maybe you know the scene now, but back then you're just like, a wrestling show? Doink? Now, we all know that there's thousands of Doinks on the independent scene. My very first match in Fort Atkinson, Wisconsin, was against a wrestler named Doink, played by Eric Freedom. This was in Vancouver, Canada, so I'm going to doubt it was played by Eric Freedom. I'm going to guess Lance Nevada, maybe? Maybe that's who played Doink that night? Maybe Michelle Starr? It's a toss-up between the two, possibly. But there's different perspectives of different wrestling fans, and of course, you thought, Doink's advertised, Doink's going to be there. Now, I, as a wrestler who has been in the ring with Polaroids and is just desperately trying to make money for the night because I have decided that wrestling is my full-time living and I need money to survive, would also probably be a little bit upset by three people coming in for the $5. I'd probably say something under my breath, but I wouldn't say it loud enough or hostile enough to really emphasize it. So how does he get back at you? He flicks you off and gets his little comeuppance on that $10 that you didn't pay him. I'm sorry, the only star that night you saw was Doink the Clown, who I'm going to guess was not Doink the Clown. But now that you're in and listening to a wrestling podcast like this, I assume you're into the scene, you understand the scene. Makes for a great story. Hey, thanks for watching. That call was part of a whole podcast called Wrestling Anonymous. Listen to the whole thing weekly wherever you listen to your podcasts. Go subscribe. And while you're at it, subscribe right here on YouTube to Colt Cabana's channel. Thank you.